Hello and welcome to the Mindset Model Podcast. I'm Sarah Davis, your go-to confidence coach. This is the place where self-doubt gets kicked out, confidence gets turned up, and you get the tools to live the life you know you are meant for. In this podcast, we dive into real stories, mindset magic, we have guest experts, and the truth about what it really takes to live your best life. So grab your coffee, turn up the volume as we are raising our standards and stepping into the version of you who owns the room. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mindset Model Podcast and YouTube, wherever you are listening to this episode. Hello, and I hope you are having an incredible week. So this week in the UK, it has been a heat wave. And here in the UK, we're not very good at managing the heat. It's either too hot, too cold, too raining, too whatever. But yeah, this week in particular has been very hot. And I'm talking like 34 degrees, which is very, very hot for us poor little UK people. We can't really handle that. So anyway, it's coming towards the end of the heat wave. And I was like, I must record a podcast today. So many inspirations from this week. It's been incredible. So I have been out and about all over the country delivering some really, really impactful events. And I have met the most incredible people. And one thing I noticed, which I was like, oh, I'm really going to share this on the podcast, is how a lot of people come up to me and they're like, wow, you're so confident. You're so good at what you do. You're amazing on the stage. You're really great in front of people. And I stood there and I was like, interesting, because what these people don't know is where I was 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, I was a completely different person where I just completely and utterly lost my entire confidence. The idea of getting on a stage or even leaving my house and talking to people was like an absolute hell fucking no. And now I could literally stand on stage anywhere right now. Honestly, I could literally go anywhere because I built confidence, and this is what I do with the mindset model. Being a confidence mentor, I had to completely and utterly lose myself and literally go to the basement of the basement for me to learn how to become the most confident, magnetic version of myself. And I'm just going to be sharing a few little hints and tips in this episode as to how I did this and little watch outs for you as well watching. So I hope you enjoy this episode. And so the first thing, which is so life-changing, and all of you that are listening and watching, really think about this. And I talk about this in my speeches, in my talks, because it's something I genuinely believe in. And the truth is, you are 1 in 8 billion special. And this is what one of my mentors says as well. And I love this. And what this means is there is only one of you on this planet. And that is your absolute superpower and your absolute strategy. And what we tend to do is compare ourselves to others all the time, all the fucking time, especially with social media. Now, I love social media. As you know, I'm on there all the bloody time, posting, sharing, but I am not a scroller, shall we say, a doom scroller. And if I am doom scrolling, I'm making sure that I'm following people that make me feel good about myself and make me feel that, oh, look at the possibilities, the opportunities that that person's showing me. I follow people that make me feel good. So the way that you are, the unconditional self love is where we want to get to as humans. What this means is you love all areas of yourself. As in the areas which you think are good or society thinks good, but also the stuff that you don't think is very good. Your flaws, for example. Your flaws are actually one of your superpowers. And I'll explain this in a minute anyway. So, if you can, whenever you're getting that voice in your head, so say, for example, you are about to deliver a really important presentation, or you're going to a client meeting, or you're, I don't know, doing an interview, whatever the hell it is, and you're getting that little voice in your head that's saying, you're not good enough for this. You shouldn't be doing this. You haven't done XYZ. That other person's better than you. What you need to do in that moment is to remind yourself there is only one of me on this planet, literally one. And all of the gifts that you have been given, your uniqueness, your authenticity is what you need to be bringing out into this world. You do not need to be like other people. You need to be like yourself, your true self. So, going into the flaw side of things, when you can really appreciate and look for the good in your flaws, again, this is such a game changer when building confidence within yourself. So, for example, I'm really fucking technically challenged. And it's really funny. Like, I struggle with really basic things. Now, if I was to beat myself up and say I'm actually a really terrible person because I don't know how to do a spreadsheet, I don't know how to edit videos, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. If I start criticizing myself for those things, that's really going to lower my self-confidence, my self-image, and it's not helping anyone. And actually, the benefit of me being technically challenged, there's a couple of benefits for this. I show up completely and utterly authentic when I am recording videos. I don't do anything to them. Because I don't know how, and I don't want to know how, because when I show up, I want to show up as the true, real me, not edited, not scripted, not any of that shit. This is what you're getting, my loves, and I hope you like it. Also, the second thing as well, some people get quite intimidated by, say, for example, because I am very good at talking on stage and because I'm very good at, showcasing my confidence, it does make me more relatable. It takes me off that pedestal. It makes me like a normal person that, we can have a laugh and a joke. Like, I am terrible at maths. Oh, I could not tell you what 34 add 12 is. Literally no idea. But again, it makes me very relatable, as in, I am just a human, I'm a normal person. And, if you look at the things that you seem are flaws, look a bit deeper. How could that flaw actually be a benefit for how you show up in your work life, in your business, in your life? Another one of my flaws, shall we say, is I get told that I have my head in the clouds. I'm a big daydreamer. I'm really unrealistic. But to me, that is not a flaw. Oh no, because I see life and I see things in such a different way. I really see the potential and the possibility and the way that I approach things as well. Like, I'm somebody who will just go for it. I am not a perfectionist, and this drives my husband mad because he is very attention to detail. He is so observant. I would be on fire and I would have no fucking idea I'm on fire. I would be like, whoo! It's getting a bit hot in here. Woo! Oh, I'm on fire. Like, these are the vibes. But the reason why, this is a benefit to me is because if I was a perfectionist, if I cared so much about things being perfect and I wouldn't get anything started. I wouldn't do it. And that is how I've got to where I am because I have that trait within me that I'm just going to start it, pivot as I go along, change it as I go along. Let's just go with it. And that to me really is a superpower, but it really does depend on your perspective. And really, this whole mindset journey thing is just all about changing your perspective on things. For example, we've got this heat wave at the moment. You can look at this as this is an absolute nightmare. We've got no air conditioning hardly anywhere in the UK. Maybe if you go sit in your car, if you go to a hotel, which is what I did actually, because I was working away and my husband was at home. He sent me a picture at like 10 o'clock at night. He's basically sleeping outside in the garden. And I'm there in my lovely fancy hotel, feeling a bit cold. And I had to turn the aircon down a bit because it was a bit chilly. Anyway, I digress. So you can look at your perspective as this is an awful situation to be in, or you can look at it as this is amazing. We are having a heat wave. This is England. It always fucking rains. Let's go out. Let's go to the beach. Let's go on a nice walk. Let's really take advantage of this weather. This is going to be so good. The sun is shining. Everyone's smiling. All of that good stuff. It really, really does depend on your perspective. So, going back to the comparison side of things. Now, this is something I see a lot with business owners, with entrepreneurs, with a lot of my clients, people that I speak to. There is a lot of comparison. Now, I really would love you to just take a step back and realize that we are in a society at the moment which just hyper speeds everything up. Like we get Amazon deliveries, like you order it before 8 or whatever, and you get it same day. I don't know, whatever it is. It comes so quickly. If you look at, a lot of people on social media, like, yeah, I started my business 6 months ago and now I'm a multimillionaire. And you're going through all of these videos and these stories, and then you start saying to yourself, why haven't I done that? Why hasn't my business done that yet? Why am I not that person? Why am I not that? And it creates this massive, great big story in your head. Now, the first thing is sustainability and having those strong foundations is one of the most important things in life. If you are here for a quick fucking fix, it's not going to last. And there is evidence out there where people have got something or done something too quickly and they haven't regulated their nervous system. They haven't allowed their mindset and their subconscious mind to really catch up with that identity of that person, and then they lose it all. You see this a lot in celebrities, for example, when the younger celebrities, when they get famous really, really quickly, rich and famous, it's like a pendulum swing. They're really, really high, but then the pendulum has to drop down. That is what life is about. Life is a pendulum swing. You're going to get these constant ups and downs, but the most important thing is that you are creating that foundation. And that is what I've been doing over the last 10 years. And because I have been on this mindset journey for 10 years, I've invested the time and the patience and everything into my self image, my confidence, the way that I show up. I am so ready and I'm showing up. And because I'm showing up as the best version of myself, people can feel this energy. People, and this is again like another part of the mindset side of things, the stories that you're telling yourself, the way that you speak to yourself is being reflected. Everything is a mirror. So when you've got people coming up to you saying not very nice things or, picking on your posts or saying whatever you're doing is not very good, it's not them, it's you. And I'm sorry if you find that triggering. but it is you. If you're saying to yourself, oh, I don't think what I'm posting is very good, I don't think it's going to be engaging, if you're putting that energy into it, that's exactly what you are going to reflect back. So, one of the most important things, I keep saying this, one of the most important things, everything's fucking important, but one of these things is really, really focusing on your self image, how you see yourself, how you talk to yourself. How do you want to be? How do you want to feel? And then I would say one of the final things as well when building confidence, and I think I said this in one of my previous episodes, but it's so important. I keep seeing this show up as well, is have fun, like enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. What is the rush? There is no rush. Like we're here to live our best lives. And whatever your pull is in life, whatever is lighting your soul on fire, it's going to be a journey, and you need to really embrace that journey and not try and speed it up because you've got to get to the next thing. You've got to get to the next thing. But why do you have to get to the next thing? Because a lot of the reasons why you need to get to the next thing is because you don't feel worthy and you're looking for that self-validation. Validate yourself right now. You are the best right now. And going back to my original point, remember, you are 1 in 8 billion. That is your absolute superpower. So make sure you are really leaning into your gifts, really leaning into what makes you you, and making sure that you are spreading that love. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one.